What's up, MPX Addicts? Welcome to MPX Rehab, your weekly dose of rehab from MPX itself. I am your host, the hashtag certified Mark J. Williams, here with my co-host as always,
the voice of the MPX Addicts, Kyle Smith.
And apparently, we suck.
Well, I know we do.
Yeah.
I've never claimed to be a professional at all at this. My thing is, though, I will admit, last week's mainline was bad. When I rewatched it, and like I said, when everyone talked to me about it, we don't have a script. We just go off. I don't know why I decided to go argue like that.
To our heads is what goes on the show.
But no, I totally understand, being a heel, but not shitting on everything and excelling and elevating the heels and maintaining of course the face won because the ref was like Kiefer with crooked ref. Ref wasn't crooked at all, but hey, he'll sell it that way. And I totally I failed at that and failed miserably. I'm not denying that.
And here's the thing. It's like people are like, oh, every match is match of the night or the greatest match ever. It's like, if I go back and watch it, no, I don't say that. It's like, I'll talk about how it's like, this was some incredible action. It was really good to watch and everything like that. That's me being the straight man.
Yeah.
Not me being, I'm too much of a face or I'm not good enough to defend you. It's like, okay, fine.
Well,
I will just set up the match. Here, it was Kiefer Bartek versus Nate Collins. And go, color commentator.
And that's an example. We don't know that's what they're talking about. We did have a couple people, and that's another one, I guess, is I would say 75 to 8% of what I say on mainline, I don't mean at all. Mm-hmm. I thought we were at this point where people realize that.
How's that line go from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? These are fictional characters. And
that's
if you want
the thing.
Me to shit on your match, I'll shit on your match. Trust me, I can and will.
You never have, though.
Exactly.
Besides Rivera. Now, I'll shit on other things.
Yeah. But it's like if you want me to be, the opposite of every match is the greatest match, fine, I will be.
My thing
I'll
is
go from certified Mark to smart Mark like that.
My thing is I always wanted to do the heel interaction because I thought it was entertaining. Mm-hmm. When we did where we were sitting at the table with Cody and we had two people that just agreed on it.
Yeah.
It did, to me, it wasn't entertaining. I was like, well, no one wants to watch this. The fact that people watch this right now, which thank you if you are watching,
thank you
amazes the hell out of me because to me this isn't entertaining. This is two guys just talking about wrestling. I see it as a podcast. Cool, yeah, people will listen to it. I don't see watching it. So my whole thing with mainline was, I want to make it entertaining. So therefore, okay, he's the Mark. He's already clarified and established that. Fine, I'll be the heel and I'll love all the bad guys and I'll shit on all the good guys.
Yeah, it's like, and when I do try to be positive about as many of the matches as possible, it's almost like I sat there and said, "Hey, I'm a Mark. I sit here and I love it."
And again, this is obviously a raw nerve because it's, and more so for you, and I'll admit that because this is your baby. This is your project. This is your life, technically.
Of blood, sweat, and tears.
And I literally am just the voice. So when someone tells me, "Hey, you didn't sell this right," I'm like, you know what? You're right. I did, because to me, it's.
And I realize
it's an actor, it's a job, it's a heel. I realize
not everybody's going to like what we do.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If you don't like it, that's fine. It's when I heard that somebody was saying they're going to come onto the show and shit on it like Jamie does.
Which,
it's like,
I love how
Jamie likes us, right?
Well, no, that's the thing. I love how we have two different approaches. You're like, oh, well, fuck them, blah, blah. I'm more like, dude, bring it. That's going to be fun. That's awesome. Please come on the show because, I don't know. To me, that's entertaining when someone comes on the show. Like, one of the whole driving forces for us going live, at least I was told, was, wrestlers will come out more as soon as it's right after the show. They'll be more apt to come out and talk.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we haven't had that since our first maybe 2 shows. So I'm like, well, all right, that's...
Now, mind you, we've only had 4 or 5 shows.
Right, and again, I'm not saying they have to, because again, who the fuck are we to say they have to? Yeah. To me, it is more entertaining when someone comes out.
We don't work for MPX, and that's another thing. If you have a problem with our show, come to us. Well, please.
That's been an issue ever since we started, because when I shit on other promotions, they complain to you or the bosses at MPX. They don't ever come to me.
Yeah.
Which, again, it's like, these are my opinions. This is Kyle Smith. This is his opinions. Talk to him. And I will discuss it.
And it's like, if you think I'm not doing a good job of defending you, okay, let me know. Tell me what your critique of my show is,
and
of my character is.
I think that's why I'm more okay with it, because I had a full conversation on Sunday about what I did wrong, and I was like, you know what, you're right. When it's brought to my attention that way, it makes sense.
I found out today.
No, I know.
The only notes I had gotten before today was people, like I said, 3 different people saying, "Is Kyle okay?" And thus the whole thing of, we'll talk about Kyle's attitude.
What if I'm not okay? Oh, and I love that too, because I don't know why. I should have known, but my first response goes, "Motherfucker, what?" And then I was like, "Oh yeah,
yeah."
I totally forgot. I was like, because it literally split second. I was like, "Man, what the fuck?" Yeah. And that's why my comment was like that. And I love how people caught on, like Baby D immediately caught. She goes, "Ha," which. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just weird. Some people don't catch on, some do. And that, again, that's fine. We're not for everyone. And again, we're not professionals. Like, yes, I'm a shitty heel because guess what? I don't know what I'm doing. I've never been coached, never been trained. I try to make it entertaining.
Yeah. And I have always tried to model myself after the straight man. It's like my job, in my mind, in my opinion, is to set up the match, hey, the match was Kiefer Bartek versus Nate Collins. We saw some incredible action, and here is the color commentator to complete the bit.
Kiefer got robbed.
And yeah, it's like when he's blind to, I'll try to call out some of the heel actions and everything like that, and he'll defend them, and that we'll get lost in that. I'll admit that's one of our biggest downfalls. It's like we'll get into our argument with each other completely in character and just forget for a moment. It's like, wait a minute, we're supposed to move on to the next match.
Yeah.
Or
you'll try to move on. I'm just like, no, we're not moving on. Hold up.
We're not done yet. Let's keep going.
I think it was Dimitri and Angel. I was like, whoa, you're just going to bypass your mistake? You're just going to keep... Oh, you're going to keep on? Oh, okay, cool. We'll keep going.
I screwed that one up. Oops.
But anyways.
We're live, folks. Screw-ups are going to happen.
That's the brief explanation on Mainline. Again, my biggest thing, and of course we do have different opinions on it. Mm-hmm. My main thing is, by all means, please talk to me, because I'll explain it. Because again,
I'd be fine if they talk to me too.
Well, if you said something, talk to you. If I said something, talk to me. Don't whine and complain to other people that have nothing to do with it, really.
Yeah, it's like you realize it's like we got permission to set up inside. That doesn't mean we work for MPX. We got permission to do what we do. We asked. We all but begged.
I was gonna say we technically didn't ask.
Well, we got.
You may have, I guess. I did.
It's like I asked if we could for that first time that we started doing it inside because it was raining outside, and I'm like, I really don't want to be out in that weather. And then they're like, hey, you know what? It's it's great to do this inside. It's really great until we get back to doing. Oh, I know that name.
No, nothing. Oh. My messages, not yours.
Well, I saw my name.
What if that was a sex conversation, sir? That has nothing to do with you. You didn't see your name. Anyways. No, it's just, like I said, Mainline is more of like, okay, Rehab's where we give our full review. It's where we give our opinions. Mainline is just fun, haha. It's supposed to be entertaining. To me, I rewatched the show, and while some things I'm like, yeah, that's funny, I get the overall message I was supposed to deliver. I didn't. So I totally admit wrong on that. Now, as far as like constantly shitting, I mean, that's kind of my point. But it didn't elevate the good thing. So I get that. And as far as me being mad, I was trying to think, like when I was rewatching, because even my wife was sitting next to me, she goes, you don't seem any madder than usual per se. And like I didn't see
you
any
went
more.
Off on Oklahoma. That's what it is.
Fuck Oklahoma. Again, if you were good, your talent wouldn't come to Texas.
Ouch.
Your football players wouldn't all come from Texas. I'm just saying. That's also kind of a joke, 60-40.
It's a joke.
But I mean, no, that was one thing where I was like, oh, I did kind of shit on Tommy Dean a lot. And you'll hear me on this show. I like Tommy Dean. I've said it several times. I think he's a bright spot in Oklahoma wrestling.
Yeah, it's like if he watches this show, if anybody who thinks
that's part of the problem, I think.
Yeah, it's like they're watching Mainline and they're getting that and they're thinking that's the honest reaction, and because of that, they're thinking, well, they're just shitting on us. It's like, watch this one.
Hey,
watch Rehab.
I've had some people say they love when I make fun of Fat Thor and Tyler Chet. It's going to get me killed, but someone enjoys it, so I'll keep doing it.
Oh, man, when we saw a certain somebody in the crowd last week, I was like, oh, you going to die tonight, son.
I thought I was going to, too. I really did. And it's apparently the addicts want me to die at the hands of Kiefer's lariat. What did I do to y'all?
Oh, that was beautiful. I was just so happy because I had earlier made a comment of, hey, lariat off again. Yeah. And Kiefer suggested with you as the target.
And I was like, no, we'll use a ref. We'll use a trainee. And then everyone's like, no, I want to see you. I'm like, really, guys? God damn it.
Can't you feel the love tonight?
I can.
But let's go ahead and talk about Dire Consequences itself. And, I'll try my hardest to defend them.
Okay, go ahead. Defend Nate Collins' winning, sir. Yeah. No, it's we start, obviously, I love how we started and the fact that we get the promo videos always hyping everyone up. Cody and Tyler in the ring with the 6 competitors for the qualifiers. So we had, Prince Adam, who was a surprise replacement for Loverboy Larry, which hope he's okay. I haven't heard why he wasn't there, but hey, that's, again, none of my business.
Yep.
Things happen. COVID bingo, cards have changed, whatever you want to call. So we get Prince Adam, Nate Collins, Kiefer Bartek, Thrash, Zero.
I think one of the things I loved about that whole opening bit was the fact that Thrash just thrashed everybody.
Oh, of course.
It's like he didn't care who was a heel, who was a face. He just started beating the snot out of whoever was closest. That was fucking awesome.
The way a big guy should be.
I know. It's like that's what I keep talking about. That's the kind of monster I want to see. I want to see I'm not a face, I'm not a heel, I'm just going to kill you.
And that's why when we had the 6-man with Sky 2 weeks ago, I was like, I really hope at the end he just destroys everyone because that's the way a monster should be. I think.
I agree completely. It's like.
Yeah, so Thrash going out, I thought was great. But having them all kind of feud and fight and go at, and the dives, Tommy, everything looked beautiful.
And the announcement that the first match was going to be Cowboy versus Cowboy, that was fantastic.
We kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah,
it
was a perfect setup.
It is, and
it's the first time we got to see Kiefer Bartek back in the ring after his injury.
Yeah,
at least us.
Right,
I think have been elsewhere for all.
I think he did a New Texas. Well, no, he did he fought Kylie for the. Whatever the Sabotage title is. But yeah, no, he looked good. I thoroughly enjoy the Sheriff gimmick. I always have since he debuted it.
Someone yelling Sheriff Woody the whole time. It's like, wait, I thought that was supposed
to be. It's Chandler. That's a Chandler.
Chandler's Woody. He's the one that's got the Andy on his coat and everything.
But having Kiefer there I thought was great. Having him get on the mic immediately and just berate Cody.
Which Tyler enjoyed.
Oh yeah, well, who doesn't?
It's like Cody. I understand you, man. I really feel you on that one because I get that all the time.
Hey, he helps support and protects the baby faces, though. You don't.
Apparently, yeah.
I'm gonna have fun with this the whole time. Like I see again, me and you are different. It's all right.
No, like I said, if I'd known about if somebody had told me about this 2 days ago, I'd have been like. Had time to been like, yeah, well, you know what?
Yeah.
Like a certain motivational speaker told me once, fuck them. I do what I do because I love what I do. If y'all don't like it, don't watch it.
Felt like that was me. Pretty much.
You're not the one who messages me at 2 a.m. saying, Jay, stop getting.
No, I usually just I'll comment and say, fuck them. Yeah. But no, Nate and Kiefer, I thought was a good match. Something that I don't think they've worked each other before.
I've never seen it,
but it looks good.
Yeah.
The only thing I was disappointed at, and I get why it was kind of protected, but the lariat, I wanted to see the long arm of the law just because he had already hyped it up, and it is, it's his big move.
It's his big move. It's like watching.
Even if we had got a tease, I don't even think we got a tease out of it.
We kind of did, but Nate ducked it.
Yeah, okay. So we did get a tease. So, but I mean, just I wanted to see it, even if maybe. Nate ducked, hits the ref, and then another ref comes out to do the pin. But no, match was good. It was solid,
And Nate goes on.
Yep, Nate's and hopefully we get the Sheriff back more because he is kind of local now. Denton-ish is DFW. It's local, at least
the more
from what I heard.
The more we get to see him, the happier I'll be.
Yeah,
it's like I've liked him since the Cool, which yes, I know they're never going back to that. But it's like I always thought that
over Rachel Rose and Cam Cole's dead body, are they going back to that?
Yeah, no kidding. Oh man, I have never. It's like I've always wondered. It's like do Cam and Kiefer not get along anymore? And I'm not going to ask. It's not my business.
No, it's I don't. They
it is an idle curiosity.
All three of them have gone to such different gimmicks. I'm like, and they're all great.
Mm-hmm.
The cool just didn't fit them. Like I don't know, you can tell even when you go back and watch the cool stuff,
especially after Kiefer lost the man bun.
Yeah,
it's just like they weren't the 2000s hipsters anymore.
It didn't fit them, and now you've got Cam Cole, the bad guy or whatever he's trying to do, where he smokes and he's got a leather jacket. It fits him. Yeah. He's got the dirty look. Rachel Rose is like the queen of Texas. It works. And then you got the sheriff.
Considering how new she is,
right?
It's like just realizing that she has really not been in wrestling that long,
and she's one of the bright spots. Every time I've gone to Mission Pro, the 2 times, she's been a bright spot every time.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully we get her in MPX maybe
Rachel
down
Rose
the road.
Versus Vert Vixen at MPX. I'd love to see it.
I saw it at Mission Pro. It was great.
I know. It's like, and that's like, I want to see that at MPX since I apparently can't make it out to any other shows.
But hopefully we get the sheriff back and Kiefer, and Nate Collins moves on to the qualifier. It was good. It was fun.
And then we got Dmitry Alexandrov coming out and saying his bit about how he feels like, it's like, well, he's been robbed time and time again. Oh.
That
almost broke me on Saturday. It's just like, I was kind of like, that's one of the reasons I turned around to see if he was coming up.
I was wondering why you turned. I was like, he's long gone.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sitting here like, don't laugh. You're not supposed to find his stuff funny.
Yeah. That I thought was, that was one. And I know that's not who it bothered because he actually messaged me and said that was funny. Oh, yeah. But no, Dmitry is, it's kind of, we've got this story going to where, he lost the title, and then every time we've seen him, he's lost. Like, he hasn't.
It's like, it's not that he's on a losing streak.
He's lost his mojo.
It's like, it wasn't so much that he was on a losing streak. It's just that every time he started to get to where he needed to be, something happened.
Well, and that's the thing. It's going to build, or at least I hope. And again, we don't work for MPX. We don't know. We don't talk to people.
This is our prediction and our.
This is my own opinion, and this is just me watching wrestling for all these years.
Yeah,
it looks like we're getting that story of where he keeps failing. We're getting this redemption story to where he finally achieves greatness, and obviously Texas Rumble's coming. That's
one of the big ones. Yeah,
because I would, if it's me, I'm having him lose out. All these matches, all these tough, hard matches. He lost to Joe Angelo Garcia. He lost to Angel in both great matches, and not losing. To him.
Yeah. That's what we were going to talk about, is because we got a debut that we had been waiting for months, years, really, because Angel Camacho is just so incredible as a wrestler. I mean, he is a big guy, big guy. And he moves so quick. And
he does.
Like,
he's one of the bigger men with, speed and cardio. And I've seen some matches. I've seen him live 3 times. I've seen clips of almost most of his stuff he's done, and it's impressive every time. And having him go in there against Dmitry, I thought was great. One, Dmitry's a big MPX name.
Yes.
So it's going to really kind of elevate Angel, which it did in the win.
Especially.
Exactly. And also announcing that he's in the Rumble, which means we get him back. And again, like I said, new favorite, who can throw him out? Unless we get, maybe a Super Tex or a Big Fitz, no one's really going to match Angel's size on the roster.
Yeah. It's
even Thrash, who's our next biggest guy, is not going to match Angel.
Yeah. It's like, because there is a serious difference between the likes of Angel Omega and everybody else.
Try that name again.
Damn. That's what I was trying to avoid earlier. I said Angel Omega. It's Angel Camacho.
I don't think we're allowed to talk about Omega anymore.
I don't know. I have no idea.
He might be along the wayside of Rivera, maybe. But no, Angel and Dmitry put on one hell of a match. Again, and it's Dimitri's put on a hell of a match, but still loses. And that's the thing. Everyone is going to, because wrestling fans are all, they're losing. They're on a losing streak. They're getting buried. Blah, blah. They're not getting buried. Look how good he looks in these matches.
It's the whole thing of, you've got people who take the, I guess you could say the football mindset on
this. They take stats and numbers.
Yeah. It's like, if you look at that's not what pro wrestling is about.
Mm-mm.
Look at the story of the match. Look at the story of the angle. It's like we're watching Dmitry Alexandrov put on some of the best matches we have ever seen him put on.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to MPX shortly before I started coming to MPX. So I've got years of just backlogged information on this. And this is the best he has looked in forever. This is the strongest he's looked in forever. And the fact that they're having him come up short, that's just the story. Like you said, it's the eventual build that when he does win, the roof's going to come off.
Exactly. Because we're getting either A, where he finally achieves greatness and wins, or B, he sells his soul, turns evil, and becomes just a dominant heel.
I don't want to see a heel Dimitri. I just don't.
It would be kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen clips and I've experienced a little in ACW before, well, him and Excessive Violence just became gods, to where people would boom and they would throw teddy bears at him and he'd rip their heads off, which, again, it's not really heel, but it was heel for that.
And it's like the closest we've seen him to be heel at MPX is when he was with the Pack. And even then, he was the strong, silent type.
He was also a heel Savage on the Retro show.
Wait, but don't you say that Hogan's the biggest heel?
Oh, he is.
So
seriously, go back and rewatch. Hogan's the biggest heel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he had lust in his eyes.
Yeah.
But Dimitri and Angel was a good match. And again, Dimitri takes the loss, but it's a good match, and we're building at least what I'm thinking and what it looks like. We're building to something big.
Also, just as importantly, it puts Angel over strong.
And
it makes Angel Camacho look incredible.
I was going to say, and hopefully we're building Angel to something big, maybe. Because again, he's in the Rumble, and hopefully we see him a couple times.
Got Zarek and Onyx and Angel now.
Don't remember, you're not allowed to ask for it if you've never seen him live.
Yeah, apparently I'm not allowed to ask for just to complete the set.
Nope, can't.
Nope.
If you've never seen him live, you can't ask for him. But no, like I said, the match was great. I was really curious at first to how Dimitri was going to work. Such a big guy, because I think I immediately goes, well, he's not hitting Red Flosion or Flosion. What's he hitting? Yeah. And we assumed the Brody line, and then didn't connect with it. So
yeah, and we'll see how that one goes, because with the Rumble coming up, and now we have 3 participants. What, 3, 4 participants named?
We have Dimitri, we have Angel, and we have Brixton.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone else is declared yet.
We haven't had anybody else declared yet.
I don't think so.
But yeah, so that's going to be shaping up with those 3 names alone. That's going to be really fun.
And again, I don't mind doing 10 or 15 names announced. I want everything else, the rest, to be a surprise.
I agree.
Same with the real Rumble, man. Announce your 10 or 15 and then surprise us.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
especially your number 30.
Oh, of course.
Because it's like I remember the first Rumble I got to go to, a name I shall not mention because apparently that's bad now. When he came out, the crowd came unglued.
And that one got me because I was at another show where he was and worked, and then I flew over to MPX to catch the end of it. And yeah, he came out. I was like, "That son of a bitch lied to me. He said he wasn't there." But no, it was a great moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, number 30 is always a surprise. I love that was the year we got Leva Rollins or Seth Bates, whatever you want to say.
Leva Bates.
Well, but she was Seth Rollins, yeah, that's what I said. Leva Rollins.
Dude, I've got a sinus headache from that. Okay.
But no, and that's the thing. Rumbles, it's always surprises. I think. I was going to save it for later, but we'll go ahead because we're talking about the Rumble, and I had an idea. We saw, and I even brought it to people's attention, Sagan made a post who hadn't posted anything in forever.
Yeah.
He put up the hand signal, put up hail,
he changed his profile picture.
Exactly.
Banner.
And
he doesn't tell us anything.
And no one really commented on it. And I'm like, yo, guys, first of all, follow your wrestlers. Yeah. If you don't, because you'll see stuff like this and you catch some things like, case in point, before Remedy started posting in the Addicts page, he's been saying he's coming to MPX soon. So follow your wrestlers, because you find some things out sometimes. And yeah, Dave posting, and it's one of those where I miss Dave, not just because he's my friend, but man, he's so good. And it's the stories he told. If you look at Dave's career, the stories he's been involved in, and it's just one of those where, man, to get him back, and because no matter what he is, if he comes back as Emo, if he comes back as Hal Sagan, which I kind of want to see because I don't think we got the full run of Hal Sagan, or even it comes back as something completely new, it's going to be amazing. But my thinking was, we had the three faces of Foley, we could have the three faces of Sagan. We don't see him at all.
The artiste, get the
exactly. You get the emo, you get the artiste, you get the solution, you get the cult leader. Somehow he dyes his hair blonde, and in the end of it, I mean, it's just. I think that'd be great. Number 1, number 15, number 30, all Dave. Yeah. But no, I really am looking forward, and hopefully it does mean something. Because again, it may not. He may just been changing just to see if people would notice, which I did because. I follow my wrestlers. I hearted it because I love, like I said, I love Sagan. Everything he's done in the ring is great. His character work is amazing. Yes, you're Sel. We know.
I was prepared for this.
Oh, I'm sure you were. But no, I hope we get something back. Because again, like I said, the greatest, because you even called me on it when I was like, oh yeah, Sky's the greatest ship ever, blah, blah. And you're like, oh yeah, what about this? I'm like, really? God damn it. Yes, Dave, if it hadn't been for COVID, and I hate that it happened during COVID, Dave's title reign, I think, would be talked about like Brent McKenzie's, like Wes's was. It would be up there like Kirby's. It would be up there with some of the greatest title reigns we've had.
Especially since he won it from Wes and then lost it to Wes. I think that whole story would just
and that's another thing. Say
epic to talk
about. Dave comes into the Rumble. What if Wes also is surprised in the Rumble? Wes and Dave, there's still legs on that. I still think we could do something with it.
No, I think legs is in it too, but
no, that's not what I mean. There's still something to be to that storyline to where they could do something out of it. But again, I can't wait to see. I know a lot of addicts were like, oh, I hope we get the solution back. Oh, I hope we get emo. Oh, I hope we get zombie Dave. Which that would be kind of funny, just the casket open and he's a zombie apparently because, it worked for ECW, well, WWE, ECW.
I don't know,
so
he's gotten the crap beat out of him by Jason enough. Maybe he comes back as a vampire.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It's going to be interesting to see what happens. And we got way off topic, but I was thinking Rumble and I was thinking ideas and three faces of Sagan. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be great.
Okay, speaking of third match was Thrash versus Zero, which
you wanted because Punk and Metal.
Yeah, Punk versus Metal. I thought it was freaking amazing. I thought it was awesome. And
I shouldn't be surprised by the outcome, but I kind of was because I really thought we would do Zero and Johnny both making it, both pub crawlers existing in the prospect title match. We just got Johnny Thrash, which again, I love Thrash. I think he's good.
And I was thinking, it's like, he's like, okay, these two guys are from Oklahoma. I tried to be, my brain tried to go meta on that.
As soon as Thrash won, you knew Tommy.
I hated that I knew that, but it's like when I saw, Thrash and Tommy, I'm just like, oh, well,
because when they travel together,
we don't get them that often. So
we don't get them that often, and then they also travel together. Yeah. So And
I was thinking, Thrash is going to lose this match. Cool. Zero's going to go on into the Prospect Championship match. Awesome. I can't wait to see that. And then Zero loses. And I'm like, what the.
Yeah, that one was kind of weird.
And it's my own fault for it's like I made suppositions that I should not.
And I think this also goes to what we're talking about Dimitri a little bit. Zero works his ass off and just keeps getting beat and getting beat and getting beat.
Yeah.
I think we could build a redemption story out of that, even if it's short lived. Like we had talked about when he was the surprise contender for CJ.
Yeah.
Having him come out, steal a win of the Addicts title, and then CJ wins it back immediately next week.
And I'll be honest, nobody in the Addicts expects him ever to be MPX champion.
No.
But he would be a shoo-in as a credible and beloved Addicts champion. But I don't know.
Yeah, Addicts champion.
I don't write the shows, so I don't get to make that decision.
Even if it's
I don't even dare try to.
Even if like case in point, because we'll talk about it much later. But Johnny wins the prospect title. He's dark horse, but he wins somehow.
Yeah.
His first title defense against Zero. Zero wins it. I see nothing wrong with either one of them having the title even if it's just for a week. It gives the fans something they want. They're happy.
Yep.
I mean, they may not have the pub crawlers or fighting, but Zero's a fan favorite, not just us. Like you can hear the crowd. It's not just, and case in point, this one I was quiet because I wanted to see if it was just me or if it was other addicts, because I know I'm loud, and
it wasn't just
other
the security
addicts.
guard in the back who is louder than he should be.
You're gonna draw attention to that again. You're gonna get him in trouble. He's gonna have to run. He's gonna have to run the ropes again.
He's fine being, he's fine with the chanting. It's just it annoys you, and I find it funny.
I just don't be part of the show. That's all.
That's fine too.
If I was working security, yes, I would watch, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't cheer. And
yeah, it was like but yeah, no. And the thing is, it's like I hate that you can almost time the crowd on a Zero match.
Yep.
During the initial spot where he is just like running through whoever it is, and I'm sure I'm getting yelled at here.
No, it just. Boss man wants to know what trainees working security yelling names.
Ask me that later, boss. And no, it's fine. You know who it is. It's fine.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah. But it's like you can always, during that initial moment where he comes right out of the gate, barely waits for the bell to go and start just wailing on his opponent. Everybody is all in on it. And as soon as that turn comes, as soon as the heel starts just beating his ass into the mat, nothing. Yep. Everybody shuts up. And it's like, and it's not that they don't support Zero. They absolutely do. It's just they've seen it before. I
think they know.
They know it's not going. They know how it's going to go.
This match
gets predictable.
This match, and I don't want to say it was exactly, because it wasn't exactly like it, but it was very reminiscent of his match with Remedy. He comes out firing, guns blazing, boom, 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 dead.
Well, where it was most noticeable was the match against CJ, because people thought he had a bigger chance on that one.
True.
He starts out, the crowd is nuts. The crowd is all behind him.
And that's also because we haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah. And they're thinking, this is going to be incredible. This is his shot. This is his chance. Then suddenly CJ gets the upper hand, and the crowd is dead.
And it's one of those, again, I think it can be another redemption type story we could do. And again,
Please don't take this as us trying to fan book on you, boss.
No, we're really not. And that's what I was just about to say is like, look, we're not bookers, and there's a reason we're not bookers.
Yeah.
But I do think.
Thank you for noticing that.
But I do think Zero is a hell of a worker. I really do. And it's obviously, even if I didn't think that, the fans do. And to me, like that's one of my problems with being a booker is you have to listen to the fans. You can't just give yourself what you want. But not that MPX does. Not that MPX management does that, because I don't think they do.
If you pander to the fans too much, I mean, look what happened in, I hate to say this, look what happened in the WWE.
Well, no, and I get that. That's why I'm saying you can't pander to everyone, and you can't please everyone. That's the problem with being a booker. Is you have to make those decisions.
And that's why I don't dare try to tell the boss that, it's like, oh, well, you should do it this
way.
No,
you shouldn't.
You know what? He's going to give us the best story he can give us, and I'm going to
and it's also MPX has never really let us down. Like, even when Larry won the title, everyone's first reaction is, what the hell is this? But then it worked. And it's the same thing. There might be bright things in the store for Zero, and again, there might not be. To me, as a fan, as long as he's still there, I'm happy, because every time he's in the ring, I know it's going to be a fun, good match.
Yeah.
Win or lose, he puts on a hell of an effort. But going back to Thrash real quick, because we do need to talk about
Thrash.
He advances, and he's one of those where, again, we need a monster heel. Because yes, we've got Sky, who is our champion monster heel, different monster. And that's everyone's like, oh, Sky's not a monster. He's only this high. He's
also,
this bug.
I really just kind of want to see Thrash versus Sky.
Different monster. I don't want to see that yet. Just because I want to build Thrash up a little bit more. True. And I want to build Thrash as a tweener, not necessarily just a heel.
That's where this match was kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't thing for me when it came to that, because honestly, it's like, I've been annoyed that Thrash was, he's this big, strong heel monster of a guy, but he loses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Thrash winning. I love it. But if he had won against, God, what was that first match again?
Kiefer and Nate?
Yeah, if he had won against Nate, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Which, thanks to, I'm assuming Nate's family, I don't know, whoever he brought with him, they're loud the entire night. That's the way
we appreciate that.
They should be.
But it's like if he had won against somebody else, I'd be a little bit happier, I guess, but it's the fact that he won against Zero, who
happy.
I also wanted to see advance.
I'm happy Thrash won. Like I said, I love Zero. I do think you do have maybe some complications if the pub crawler, because if we're going to keep the pub crawlers a tag team and one of our main tag teams, one, Larger Than Life has to lose titles in order for them to even get a title shot, number one. Number two, if they are in the match and they fight each other, it causes like tension and a breakup maybe, so I don't want that. But I do like Thrash. I like, and again, like how you said you want him against Sky. I wouldn't mind that match. I just want to build Thrash more as a tweener before we do that. Like leave Sky the top heel and have Thrash this kind of tweener where fans like him, but he still does bad things kind of, but he's also good. Like do stuff like, because I think Thrash could pull that off very well. And every time we've seen Thrash, I've been impressed. And this match is no different. And Zero does what he does. He comes out, he gets a huge reaction, even in defeat. Still gets a huge reaction on the way out. There's not many wrestlers, not even just in MPX, any wrestlers in all of wrestling that get that type of reaction. And again, like I said, if it's me and it's my company, which obviously it's not, and I don't work for MPX, I see someone get a reaction like that, I'm using him every week.
Yeah.
I'm finding something for him to do, even if it is these matches where and I'm sorry, he hates it, but if he dies, I'm using him.
He got a reaction as Robert Fetterman, as that
hated that asshole
character. He got a reaction as that High Hopes listening. You know, it's like it was great, and it's just like I don't know. I mean, it's like there's a difference between you got guys that are draws and then guys that are favorites.
And again, and like I said, even if I know he hates it, but even if he's dying every week, I'm still bringing him back because the fans like him. And eventually, when we do give him a win or give him something to chew on and give him something that the addicts are going to lose their shit. And I truly do believe that.
Maybe eventually.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying Zero's going to win the Rumble. That's no. And again, like you said, no one expects him to be MPX champion, but an Addicts title, sure. Yeah. Prospect title, maybe one defense. Yeah, cool.
Or maybe he goes all four and goes and becomes the Addicts champion. We've already proven that can happen. And don't, as much as it annoys you.
Or even tag champs with Omara. Yeah, I could, but Larger Than Life, that means they have to lose, and they're not losing, so.
Not anytime soon, no. But and that's no, I'll get to that when we start. We'll talk about the next show. Match 4.
And yes, that is a good. Someone mentioned, does Zero get a reaction because he's not there a lot? And that could be true. Yeah. We just have to wait and find out.
The only way we know for sure is have Zero show up all the time.
Also, Zero says, I hate that Robert Paul Fetterman Jr. asswipe as well. Fuck
seriously, that guy was a douche.
But he had such high hopes.
Oh no, his entrance music was good.
Yeah.
Loved his song.
Yeah.
I mean, that should be Zero's actual song anyways.
He's going to kick your ass on Saturday.
So many people want to, apparently. It's fine. Yeah. Just there's going to be a line.
We've spent about an hour on this match alone, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. For the fourth match, it was Prince Adam versus Tommy Dean, and
this is the only one where I was kind of upset, just because one, when I saw Thrash win, and I was like, oh, okay, so Thrash and Tommy Dean are coming back. Oh, that's cool. And then I saw his Prince Adam, who's one of my favorites. And yes, this is complete Kyle biasness. This is not me thinking outside the box and trying to book MPX and be the, unbiased fan. No, this is me being like, Prince Adams is amazing. Why the hell did he lose this match? He should be in MPX more frequently. He should be in title
everything
matches.
I say about Sebastian, you're admitting to with Prince Adam. Okay, cool.
Just on this one take. Look, let's be honest. If it's Prince Adam and Sky, I don't think Prince Adam's going to win. If it's Prince Adam and other, if it were Sebastian other people
versus Sky, I'd be like, yeah, I love you, Sebastian, but this ain't going that way.
I don't know. I feel like you were all Sebastian should win every title. No. I don't think Prince Adam should win every title.
I think that.
I'm not the only one. I had several addicts be like, what is Jay's fascination with Sebastian? I was like, well, it's my friend. I was like, it is a good friend of him, and it's the reason he got an MPX. He goes, well, he thinks he's the greatest wrestler ever. I go, I don't know about that, but yeah, he does. He does really like him.
I talk him up, yes. He's my friend.
But no, I really enjoy Prince Adam. I still want the Prince Adam versus Tatum match. I think that could have been match of the night, match of the year. I think those two would have killed it. Prince Adam and Tommy Dean was great.
It was.
It was just one of those, again, maybe it's because I'm in my own head, but I'm like, well, Prince is losing and I don't like it.
Yeah. It's like that did take a lot out of it. It's like when you can predict the end like that, and it's like it leaves no, is it going to go this way? Is it going to go this way?
And again, that's just us being, I guess, I hate the term smart marks. I hate it. I hate saying it.
Yeah.
But it's, we know.
It's meta.
Yeah. And it's also, two guys from Oklahoma, one wins. Chances are, especially now that we know Wes isn't really around and Dexter doesn't live in Oklahoma, well, you're not just going to have one guy come down. They always travel in pairs. So,
I mean, I understand that. Saves
right.
gas.
Well, of course. But yes, I like Tommy Dean. I think he is a bright spot in Oklahoma wrestling. I think he's got a good future. And Prince does too. I think Prince Adams coming back. Technically, Prince Adam and Vert Vixen have never, fought for the tag titles. I'm just saying. Well,
that's a tag team.
I don't think
gone for it before. So yeah, let's go for it.
I was about to say something stupid and say we've never had intergender tag team. No, we did. DTF was totally intergender tag team champion, so it doesn't matter. Mach and Brent held those titles. So
Punch, Drunk, Love. You're getting on me about that last week about the mixed type, mixed body type. Yeah, and you forget that they were intergender tag team champions
because I don't. No. DTF, man.
But yeah, Tommy Dean advancing on this one, and I'm as predictable as it became because of Thrash winning. I can, I'm cool with it.
Well, and again,
and also if it had been against Larry, I think I'd have been less upset.
I don't think that would have been the match. I think. And it's, again, don't know. I feel that everything that happens when one person goes, I feel like our booker goes, one thing's changed, fuck it, redoing the whole thing.
We talked to him and he said, yes, that is exactly how that happens.
So I feel like that match may not happen. But again, if it was, I mean, think about it. Thrash and Larry, that would have been fun. I hands down, Kiefer and Nate was always going to happen. Yeah. We know that.
It's just too obvious,
and again, I think it's interesting. Good. Maybe the two faces, two heels. So Zero and Tommy Dean. Now, let's be honest. If it's Zero and Tommy Dean, fans are more pissed off that Zero lost. And it's not that the fans hate Tommy Dean. He gets a good reaction too.
No, yeah, he's well liked at MPX. And
stay off the Power Ranger gear, but it's whatever's clean. I get it.
Well, that too.
But no, I like. And we'll get to it. We're going to spoil things a little bit here. But the 6 men that are in this match, I think are perfect foils for everyone. Because when you look at, Nate Collins, you look at Thrash, you look at O'Mara, you look at Tommy Dean, you look at, spoiler, Jackson. Everyone fits so well
and
together.
That's one of the things that gets me. Is like if you think to yourself, well, with Thrash being, in there, who's going to be able to stand against a big guy like him? Jackson's in there.
Yeah.
And Jackson's, kind of in that, he was a heel, but now he's not, but it kind of is.
Well, and even when Jackson was quote unquote heel with Jamie, he still was Jackson.
Yeah.
He still did everything the same. He still, the only thing he did was he got on a mic and ran down Kirby and the trainees.
Yeah. And beat the snot out of them.
Yeah. Which, again, I think this is going to be built to a great match, and we'll talk a bit more about that later for next week. But having Tommy Dean go in, again, I think it's great. We'll see.
General problem with Tommy. It's just the fact that it's like because we saw Thrash win Tommy.
That, and I think it's we love Prince Adam. Not just us. The Addicts do like Prince Adam, and he was supposed to come at the end of the year against Tatum. Didn't happen. Unfortunately, COVID bingo. And we haven't seen him back since. And it is, it's Austin. It's quite a ways. So
yeah.
I get he's not here every Saturday, but man, getting him a lot. I dig it. I love it.
So for the next match, it's one that I thought was going to end a championship reign. It was CJ Ward defending the Addicts title against Jason Silver.
And I think I immediately leaned over you. I was like, no, I'm not ready for this yet.
I know, right?
I could understand it, but I don't want it.
It's like the only way to make it believable is CJ's going to have to do shenanigans. It's going to have to.
There was no shenanigans.
There was shenanigans.
Oh wait, this is rehab. Okay.
Yeah. Pulling the ref over, low blow. Come on.
No, and again, it's even my friend Pat, who's been coming to the shows recently, like he said, CJ is probably one of the most technical wrestlers in the area. And it's weird because, yes, I've always said that. I didn't know if anyone else noticed. So the fact that my friend noticed, who loves wrestling, he does watch wrestling, he knows wrestling quite a bit.
Yeah.
For someone else to sit there and be like, oh, CJ's technically gifted. I'm like, yeah. Yes, I was like, finally, someone saw it.
He's
cool.
really good at what he does.
Yeah, CJ is... I think, and I'm glad he's got this out because, like we said at Purple Rain, it's like I want him to get a reward for pushing Tatum to where Tatum is now. Because without CJ, that doesn't happen.
If it had been Tatum versus Larry, that might have worked. Maybe.
I think Tatum. Let's be honest. Tatum's math can pull it off. Yeah. Tatum's at that point. Shut up. Tatum's at this point with the fans to where. He's our Kenny Omega. He can go into there with a broomstick, and people are gonna fucking love it. And
I think that's one of the things where people thought you were so angry because you just let loose on the Tatum Club.
Well, and let's be honest, it annoys me a little bit. I love Tatum, and Tatum knows this. I talked to Tatum quite a bit. I think he's good. Again, I was one of the first ones when everyone's saying he's a Rock ripoff. I go. Fucking keep doing it because it's working. If it's working, keep doing it. And it's still working, so keep doing it. Exactly. And I think Tatum is great on the mic. He's good in the ring. I have no problem with Tatum. My problem is that, yes, the Addicts will go ape shit for him, but then be quiet the rest of the night. Yeah. That is my main problem. And Saturday night was actually, it was fairly consistent. It was not the loudest ever, but it was consistent. And again, that's why I said thank you to Nate Collins and your either your family, your fans, or whoever, because they were loud the whole night. They were loud the whole night. They knew exactly who to cheer for. I was going to say they did the Colt Cabana. They cheered the good guys. They booed the bad guys. It was great. They did exactly what they were supposed to do as fans. And I know that's hypocritical given what I do as a fan. But it's, and again, I do feel that this day and age, you don't have to cheer the good guy and boo the bad guy. Cheer and boo whoever you want. It's like people used to say as long as there's noise. Yeah, it's like the people who used to, let me gather my thoughts on this one. It used to be that if you cheered the heel, those were the smart marks. Yeah. You're a smart mark if you happen to like the bad guy. I disagree. Now there is a third class. The smart marks are the ones who think they know everything. Like us. Hi, we're smart marks to a degree. They're the ones who are like, oh, well, this really popular guy, well, he actually sucks. And I know because he's not as good as this guy over here that's, really good. And it's like, those are the smart marks. It doesn't matter what the other fans think one way or the other. They think they're right. No. Then you have the face marks and the heel marks. The face marks, guys like me, we sit there and we cheer for the faces because that's what we do. That's our contract with the wrestlers. Then there are the heel marks who are like, okay, well, we're going to take that a different way and we're going to counter the face marks and we're going to, make it a back and forth. And honestly, to a degree, you can thank John Cena for that one. Yeah, and that's one of the things where I hated John Cena. I used to boo the shit out of him because it was fun to do. Now, actually, I actually kind of miss Cena. It's not, he had decent matches, and I'll say it first, not because of him, but that's true. You look at some of the bigger matches he was put in, and they were good. Yeah. And he knew when to turn on and when not. To me, my favorite Cena was either when he first started, Basic Thugonomics, or it's when he had the U.S. title and he had a new challenger every Monday. Yes, that was... He put on hell of matches. And granted, yes, he had great working partners for that. But again, he still knew what to do and he knew when to do it. And I think that's the mark of, a good wrestler. Yes. And actually, that's one of the things that makes CJ Ward so great is the fact that he's been doing this just about every week, which I firmly believe the Addicts Championship should be defended every week. Yeah, it should be like our TV title. It's every Saturday. But it's like having him come out and he faces a different challenger every week. And I like how he doesn't know. I like how it's always an open challenge, CJ Open Challenge. The CJ Open Challenge, or MPX has decided that this is my opponent. And I love how we finally got a video of his quote unquote Facebook ban or Facebook censorship. And oh man, what a video. It was so great. Give him obviously give him a camera and he'll make good.
Yeah.
Give him a mic and it's great too.
Mhm.
CJ, there's not enough good things we can really say about CJ, man. He's good in the ring. Once he kind of got...
If people think we're ignoring or shitting on Jason,
No,
y'all
we're
obviously
not.
have not watched us long enough.
We were about to talk about him in a minute.
Yeah.
Because there are things I want to talk about.
Sorry, with so many people accusing us of shitting on wrestlers. Just like...
Well, sometimes I do. But if you actually listen, pretty much just Rivera.
Yeah.
Most people I like, or at least will respect, because, again, they're wrestlers. I'm not, and I have wrestlers on a high pedestal. Just because that's the way I am.
Mhm.
But CJ is one of those where when he finally discovered who he wanted to be, this whole menage a trois, this king of chill, this sleazy type of guy, damn, he's knocking it out of the park. And again, it's the same with Tatum. Look at Menage a Trois when it first started, and they had no clue who they were.
Mhm.
You could tell when they came out. Other than Larry, they didn't really know, because let's be honest, that was Larry's gimmick already.
Yeah.
CJ and Tatum were kind of drafted into it, and they were learning what to do. And it's the same with Tatum. When Tatum finally learned what Tatum Manning technically is and what he wants to portray and what he wants to do, he got it. Same with CJ. Once he learned what to do with this, he got it.
Yeah.
The only thing, and I can't remember if it was you or Pat, I was like, man, I really want CJ to come out like Morrison with the title dangling from his pants like he did with the tag title.
I don't know. It's like his tights show a lot already. So.
Oh, Bambi saw them all, apparently.
Oh,
Which,
sorry.
speaking of which, I kind of miss Bambi. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah,
We haven't seen him.
Where was he?
I mean, got a little high, probably forgot, but, you know. But no, Jason Silver is someone else who, we've talked about several times.
Right. He's one of the 4 pillars.
And I think this was a great match to really solidify CJ's reign. Because, he is an open challenge against one of the most decorated MPX athletes and won. And as you say, underhandedly, but still won.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing with Silver, kind of with Dimitri. He's on this little redemption road. Not the completely different. Like Dimitri's redemption road is, I want my title back. I want the fans behind me. Silver's redemption road is rediscovering who he is.
Yeah.
He's rediscovering that vampire that everyone fell in love with 100 years ago he debuted.
300.
Yeah. Which again, that was something else we were talking to me and my friend were talking about, and I kind of gonna bury. I won't say it fully, but Jason posted a picture of the Lost Boys when they first teamed, like one of the early years. Silverhead's not fucking aged.
No,
he really hasn't.
No,
and sadly, this guy kind of has. Not really, not much.
Yeah,
he still looks very, like very they did when they first started,
baby faced.
But goddamn, Silver, like. Seriously, he truly is a vampire, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, and that was the other thing. Did I tell you we have vampire lore wrong?
We did. You were saying something about that on Saturday.
I forgot to tell you that. So my friend Pat was there. He goes, he's an immortal. He can die. He just is very hard to kill. It doesn't age. And he goes, which is actually perfect for him because he doesn't. That's what brought it all up.
Yeah.
He goes, it's really perfect because, he doesn't age. And then, I was like, well, there's so many fucking vampire lores anyways. And he goes, true, but that one's always kind of stayed. And also apparently not killing the dad because we go from the Lost Boys because they're the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
So if once you're already killed as a vampire, you're stuck as a vampire. It doesn't matter if they kill the dad or not. I don't know. It was interesting, I thought. Yeah. And of course we're wrong because again, there's 50 fucking different. It's not like Silver comes out sparkling.
Thank the gods.
Oh man, what if he did though? What if he came out just all glittered up like legs?
I think he'd kill you for that suggestion. But speaking of legs, let's go ahead and go on to the next match.
Segue, I told you, goddamn. See,
Legs.
I'm good at the segues. Even when they're by mistake, I'm good at it. Damn it.
Exodus Prime, Mr. Legs. This was one that was I was pushed on the Addicts page, and because Mr. Legs has his own fan base.
Yeah, Legs. I don't know. Legs fan base almost sickens me as much as Tatum's. They're not as bad. They're really not. I actually enjoy Legs as fan base because they're also, I don't know, it's children. I can't hate children.
As much as you hate kids, you can't hate kids.
That's true. As much as I do hate kids, there are some kids I'm okay with. Like, there's a little girl every time Legs comes out that does the squats with them, and it's just in there. It's like, That's good fan interaction, and that's because if you look at MPX roster, do we have a babyface that's a true babyface that the little kids love, like just absolutely adore? And it's Legs. Legs is that one. Legs is our, I don't know what I'm going for here. Our Hulk Hogan kind of, in the fact
Hulk
that
Hogan,
little
Rey
children,
Mysterio.
yeah, little children just love him. Well, hopefully he doesn't grab their head and say, "Do something, you little bitch." I don't know why that story all of a sudden just popped up and started going viral, but goddamn, it's hilarious.
That's true, then holy shit.
I
Ray.
really wish I would have been next to Ray when he did that. I'd be like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Telling a 9-year-old to grow up and do something, little bitch. Oh man. But no, that's I mean, that's what, that's what we have in Legs right now. We have that guy who all the kids look up to, and we need to, and I'm sure it's expensive of hell. We need to get either little leg figures or leg mask. We need something, kind of like that.
Yeah.
And then he truly could. Well, yes, exactly. And then I was going to say he truly could be a Rey Mysterio where he gives stuff out to little kids. But no, Legs Nexus was.
Mr. Legs is the superhero. That's actually what you're trying to, sort of getting at with that. He's the superhero. He's the comic book character. He's the cartoon character. He's the one that that even the adults who, are like supposed to be, do I want to know?
I'll tell you later because it's not for the show, but fuck you, Zero. you broke me and you broke me good.
Okay. But, he's the one that, even the adults who are supposed to be cynical and dour and everything like that can't help but, kind of enjoy themselves when he's there.
And that's the thing, as much as, like I said, his feud with Sky is one of those where Sky's been doing this so long and he's had some good rivals, but this rivalry with Legs is unmatched to anything he's done because their chemistry is so good. And they're polar opposite, everything works.
It's a comic book battle. It's the superhero versus his supervillain, his arch nemesis. And so Legs versus Sky turned into just a really great iconic fight between the two of them.
It did, and it's again, we've got Exodus, who is really
iconic in his own right.
Yeah, and I mean he's been here, what was it, November, October?
Something like that, yeah.
And he's already become a mainstay. He's already become one of the top acts in MPX and one of the top workers, and rightfully so. In the ring, good. And he's one of those young bastards.
Yeah. And he's like, his heel work is like his camera work, his mic work is fantastic.
I was a little sad because he immediately rolled out and tried to get in front of Doug, and Doug wasn't there. And I was like, oh. I was like, because he knew.
Doug, you ruined it.
Like, Exodus knew. He goes, oh, go right there. Oh, wait, Doug's not here. Fine. And then he turned to the next one.
Yeah, I almost expected him as like, Doug's not here. Let me go after the mark. Because he kind of looked our direction for a moment. I'm like, oh, please.
But no, that was, I think, what impressed me the most about Exodus when I first saw him. He knew the crowd. He knew what to do.
He knows how to play
the crowd. And that's, I think, one of the hard, you can teach wrestling. I mean, you can teach hold for hold, how to work a ring. Now, some can't do it, but he does it well. The things you can't teach are the psychology. You can, but it's very hard. And
you can teach it, but they can't necessarily learn it. You have to be able to learn it.
Exactly. And you have to feed, and he feeds off the crowd. For someone, one, for as young as he is. And then two, if you look at his career, he hit in COVID and he hit in pandemic where there wasn't a lot of crowds. And he still knows what to do and how to do it.
And he's going all over. It's like he's at a place I know we don't want to talk about much, and he's doing okay over there. He came to MPX and like instantly became a huge name.
Yeah,
like from day one, he hit it big with the guys in the back. He hit it big with the crowd. He hit it big. It's like I mean, hell, he made Doug a fan of Tatum.
Yeah, and his partner as well, Kari. Both of them are.
We understand why we can't get him as much, but we'd still love to see it.
Yeah, and it's one of those where I would hate for them to come in now as a tag team because Exodus is so good as a heel and as a solo act.
And it's really hard to see Kari right as a heel.
Yeah, people said Kofi couldn't do it, and he did. And Kari is Kofi, so I've established that. You've never seen him. You've never seen them in the same place.
I was going to say, he's not saying that he's a knockoff of Kofi. No, he's saying
he is. You've never seen them in the same place. But no, this match was, again, we knew it was going to be good, and it was. It did not disappoint.
Because it's like Legs always comes out there at an 11, and Exodus knew exactly he had to counter that. So he went to an 11 with what he does too. Yeah. And it just worked. It was beautiful to watch.
Yes, I understand Kofi sucked as a heel, but it could still be done.
There is a difference, Moss. But it's he threw me off. I had a steam going.
The New Day heel was all right. I enjoyed it a little.
Yeah, because that was funny.
Yeah, and again, Big E should be what we're talking about with Thrash. He should just be a monster. Mm-hmm. But no, he's going to be the happy babyface, which I don't. I like Big E, but I also don't. So
nothing to do with that.
I'd much rather be a heel. Anyways, Exodus, getting the win. Again, we can't say enough about how good these two young men are. Mm-hmm. And it's just, God, I hate referring to people as kids, but they are. Compared to me, they're kids. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Legs is a 12-year-old boy, so.
Yeah. Actually, I think Legs is
No. 12-year-old boy, shut up.
He's a 12-year-old kid in a fully grown male's body.
He's Shazam.
Yeah. That's perfect, actually. But
he just yells, Legs, and then grows.
I don't remember exactly where it happened in the show exactly.
Tatum and Clay's next.
Tatum and Clay was next.
Yeah.
Okay, because
I'm almost positive.
Oh man, I think this clinched a theory in my head, and I'm not going to talk about it because I'm actually talking about it tomorrow. You'll see.
I'll talk about it.
Certified page.
But no, this was something I was going to address because I didn't know if we were going to talk about it or not. But I like how Casey gave a persona. Mm-hmm. Casey came out sharply dressed, maybe not to the nines, but still came out looking good. And Tatum didn't really.
Yeah.
And that's something I thought was very keen. And the fact that, Casey, he kind of took a Triple H / Jericho approach, I thought, of when you're going to be like a quote unquote top heel, you're going to dress like a top heel.
Yeah.
He took the Ric Flair 4 Horsemen approach of, look, you're going to dress like you can buy the place out.
Or the Jamie Haller.
Exactly. And granted, I get it's just a button-down shirt and pants, but when all we've seen him in... Did you see those
shoes?
Sure. When all we've seen him in is cut-off T-shirts,
yeah,
it gave the Clayway a persona.
Yeah.
And I like that.
And it's the fact that he's doing this with the Clayway and everything like that. It's like coming out and facing you man face to face. That's the Clayway. It's like,
and he said it with his chest.
Oh yeah.
And then Tatum,
even though the mic wasn't on,
slapped the fucking shit out of him.
Oh, that was great.
Oh my God, that slap! I was like, holy shit, that was real. That was loaded. He had that one cocked and ready.
Yeah.
Tatum unleashed a lot of anger in that one.
It's like I'm wondering if Casey went backstage afterward and was like, "Okay, are they all?"
Did you see Casey's forearm right after that? Casey gave it back.
Yeah,
there was a receipt.
I believe it.
No, they killed it. I thought this whole story of I know you tagged Frankie. No, I didn't. I love it because we don't know where we're going. We have ideas, which obviously you'll talk about tomorrow, apparently. Yep. So I can't give my ideas. But I love you can
give your ideas. I'm just not gonna respond to anything.
No, the only thing I don't like about this is Frankie has come out several times and says, I know who did it. Then why? Like, I wish he hadn't done it. I just wish he would kind of not played along, but he goes, just kept quiet. He goes, I'm training for you. Or just say you. Just keep saying you. Keep saying I'm hunting you. I'm going to kill you instead of kill them all. I'm going to kill you. Stuff like that as opposed to, no, I know who did it. Then why the fuck are we being quiet now when obviously you see people arguing and fighting about it? Mm-hmm. I don't like that aspect of it.
It's the fact that is like, and that's where another one of my theories came in. But we'll
yeah, and again, that's I've said several times we have theories. Maybe no one attacked Frankie. Maybe he slipped and fell.
He's going to attack.
Maybe it was
puddle.
Jamie. Maybe it was Tadlock was in the building. Maybe it was Tadlock. Yeah, I mean, there's just
get Tadlock back in the ring.
Oh,
nice.
I would love it.
Probably won't happen. But nice.
It probably won't, but I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
But no, that's again, Casey and Tatum is one of those where you're like, it'll be a good match. Then they do something like this. You're like, holy shit, I can't wait for this match.
Yeah. And this is exactly what I was hoping for. It's like, it's emotional. It's huge. I mean, you've got Tatum Manning, who's obviously the crowd favorite, and then you've got Casey Clay, who has come in and been a crowd favorite this whole time. And now they're at each other's throats. And the crowd is like, what do we do?
Oh, the crowd knows what to do because
a certain section of the crowd knows what to do.
Yes.
But the rest of them were just kind of like.
And the other thing I like is how it's not just Casey.
Mm-hmm.
We had Red say, "I know what you did." Isaac was the big one where I'm like, because I can't remember Isaac's exact words, but I felt it was something like, "You did something that I would have done, and for that moment, I was proud of you." And it's like, "Oh shit!"
Oh damn.
And then it's like, and then you chose to do this, and he goes off on how bad Tatum's choices are.
Yeah. But we get that next week.
Exactly, and that. Since we're talking about it a little bit, that video with Isaac, again, a video with Isaac plays
Malin Thesix.
Thesix or the Six?
I don't know.
Okay,
it's
Malin.
Malin.
We got that.
Yeah.
And I always thought Malin the Six, which I don't know, the Six just sounded kind of weird. I don't know. But anyways, the Empress of Excessive Violence. Yeah. Oh, I loved it. Yes. But again, Isaac is on the screen, on the wall, and everyone shuts the fuck up.
It's so great to see that.
It's crazy. Again, it's crazy how if it's Isaac, people are quiet.
Mm-hmm. And it's not even a disinterested quiet, because then you'll still get a few jeers of "shut up."
Exactly, like they did with Jamie.
Yeah, that's 5 minutes of my life I'll never get back. Everything like that. It's like, no, they listen.
Yeah,
they're like,
and that's because that's how good Isaac is.
Yeah.
And Jamie was good too. Just people are going to boo Jamie because it's Jamie.
Yeah.
But no,
what Jamie wants.
Exactly. The introduction of Malin and the Empress of Excessive Violence, and then Sky just in the back with the title and the mask, and they filmed it in the Metroplex, the building. Mm-hmm. Everything was great. Mm-hmm. That video it did everything it needed to do. It sold.
I mean, other than the match with Tatum, obvious reasons, if there's any reason I really want COVID to end, it's so we can get Isaac back in the arena more.
Yep. It is. And again, that did everything. That promo did everything it did. It solidified Sky as the top champion still. Mm-hmm. It introduced us to Malin, and it built the match for Tatum, and pretty much signaled Tatum's, death.
Yeah.
He's a dead man walking.
Oh, yeah. He's dead man. But let's move on to the next match, the penultimate match of the night. Yeah.
Oh, were Jackson Stone making an impact?
That was the ultimate match of the night. The penultimate before the ultimate.
I really actually didn't hear you. I just tuned out.
The ultimate match of the night, the tag team match between Matlock and Dexter Hardaway, with Matlock having chosen Dexter as his new mentor.
Well, did he choose Dexter? Or did Dexter choose him?
That's entirely possible. But speaking of choosing you,
because I don't know, the way I took the video is Dexter coming to him saying, "I can teach you," and Matt's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, and then speaking of choosing you. Red Chambers and Noah Navarre. Noah and Casey have different music now.
Yeah,
from each other.
I'm a little disappointed, although I do love Guerrilla Radio.
Yeah.
Because they had probably the second or third best entrance music.
And their videos have gotten better.
That's not to nitpick on Noah, because everyone thinks I hate Noah because I always nitpick it on, but I think it's because I see greatness in him and I want it to be better. We saw a little persona with Casey. Can we get it with Noah? Like, Noah still wears the Men of Mayhem shirt. Why? Casey's already got a shirt the Clay way. Why can't you get something similar?
Maybe
Why?
Noah's just looking for that.
He's still in the cutoff shirt. I don't know. I mean, we've already seen
in the ring. We got to see him come out of his shell.
He did, and now it's more. Yes, in the ring's getting better. Now let's get a little work on the character. Case in point, Casey. And I get it's a money issue. Maybe I don't know. I don't know anything about Noah. But it's Casey's already got 2 or 3 sets of tights.
Mm-hmm.
We're still seeing Casey in the same thing.
Noah,
yeah, we're seeing Noah in the same thing. It's just kind of, can we get a little persona difference? Even if it's just like I said with Casey, it was just a look, and you automatically know what Casey's going for and who he is.
Mm-hmm.
With Noah, it's the generic first year guy, and that's what I'm getting, and I don't like that, because even with Red, we're getting, even though I don't like it, we're getting something.
At least something. It's memorable. It's there.
Now, while I personally don't mishear that, I like Red in the ring. I think Red's actually really good for his third or fourth match in. I hate the trainee, the Pokemon gimmick.
And you're not the only one from what we've been told.
Well, I mean, I got a point.
Yeah. But it's like them coming out as a tag team. I'm wondering, have we seen pretty much the end of the rookies as a tag team?
I don't think we've seen Casey and Noah. I think they are on different paths. Casey is on this vendetta to prove Tatum took out Frankie, and Noah's more like, no, man, I want to, do tag teams. I want matches. I want to
win.
I want to work.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Noah is. Maybe Noah's the
so
homeless guy. He
got
just comes out with the I will work, I will wrestle for food type.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
And
Noah is. He's just a homeless guy.
Red's here with, it's like, hey, I'm the new guy. Let's go.
So,
he's like, yeah, sure, I'll take you under my wing. Let's do this. And like I said,
even though I've only got 5 matches in, I'll take you under my wing.
Yeah. And it's like, but like I said, Noah has come out of his shell a lot. It's
in
like
ring,
this match definitely showed that.
Case in point, he's the veteran on his side.
Honestly, I think if he can really tighten up a lot of his technical work and everything like that, maybe he doesn't need these big flashy characters.
Well, no, and again, that's like I said, I do see goodness in Noah. I really do. And it's just one of the things like, man, do this or hey, do that, and you could be there. And it's not, and again, it's like we said last time with like Owen Hart or even Chris Benoit. They didn't necessarily have great charisma. Owen did to a degree as far as a heel.
Man, for the longest time, I always thought Owen Hart was a better heel than Triple H.
Yeah, exactly. For sometimes he was. But man, Benoit, just emotionless monster that goes, yeah, that's wrong. In ring, I didn't mean,
and this is live, so I can't cut that.
Yeah, didn't mean that. I mean, it happened, but I didn't mean it. But no, in the ring,
That's
he just
why
went
I kept
out.
saying Lance Storm.
Yeah, but Lance had, anyways, we're going to have that argument again. I don't want to. I see good
I went
things.
Lance Storm because I didn't want to go the other way.
I see good things in Noah. I see good things in Red. And I think the pairing of Dexter and Matt is brilliant. Just
it was
because
a lot of fun.
That's exactly, it's fun. Because, okay, in real life, yeah, there's probably not a better vet to learn from than Dexter. Now, in ring, Dexter Hardaway, yeah, you're not going to learn a lot from it as far as the character. But
I actually got asked by somebody, hey, if you could have, who are your top 5 wrestlers that you want to see in other shows and everything like that. And, it's like my top was Dimitri Alexander because right now he's on fire and you can't ask for a better guy. And my next right after that was Dexter Hardaway because it's like not only is he a fantastic worker, but if you look, everything I have heard about him in the back, everything I have heard about him in the locker room and everything like that, he is one of the best people you can have back there.
Yep.
And it's like, that's enough for me to forgive any political differences he and I have on that. And that's enough to me. It's like, he's just a great guy.
Yeah. He really is.
He really is, and he's somebody that you really, would want to look to as a mentor, a locker room leader.
He's gonna hate you blowing up his spot. You're totally breaking down his walls. But no, Dexter is. He's one of those where I think, and that because case in point, towards the end of COVID, he was like, if I did a seminar, would people join? I was like, I mean, granted, I think a lot of people would.
Come, though?
Right. I think everyone should, even if it's just a stupid, hey, you need to sell yourself on social media, because let's be honest, that's kind of how Dexter is getting everywhere right now. And it's amazing. I mean, case in point, we just, in May, I just saw, apparently he's fighting an old MPX rival in North Carolina.
Wow.
You saw it, didn't you?
I haven't seen it yet.
No, it's Dexter versus Randy Wayne.
Holy carp.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've seen that match, and that's an incredible match.
Exactly.
Damn.
There's, oh man, and I'm sorry because I know there's another. Oh, Bam Bam Malone. I was like, there's another big local name that's on that show. But no, that's Dexter's getting out there, and yes, okay, it's Randy Wayne, whatever. But one, that's a good match and good feud, and Dexter's getting out there. For a vet of his experience to still be having killer matches.
When Dexter says, I work harder and work better than any of the new guys, that's not him bragging. That's him.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. And that's motivation. He's saying, it's like, I'm 40 years old and I'm working harder, working better, and getting bigger than any of you guys. What the hell are you doing?
Yep. And I mean,
he's encouraging you guys.
Yep.
He's challenging you.
And I think one that really kind of took to his advice that is getting a little better is Skip. You can see Skip's, obviously, the social media game got better.
Oh, yeah.
And he's also in ring. He's looking better, I thought. But again, Dexter and Matt,
That's
I
somebody
think
else that we need to see more of because he does. It's like
we see him just enough, all right?
honestly,
I'm joking. I like Skip.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's your fantasy booking again. But no, that's Dexter and Matt. I think is going to be a great. I don't want to say funny spot because I do think they could be a good tag team. But it is. It's going to bring a lot of entertainment because again, that's if you notice Dexter and all his entire MPX career, that's what he's done. He's brought entertainment. But yeah, the match itself I thought was good. Like you said, Noah, for being the vet on his side, it really did show how good he is, and especially in tag matches. And tag matches to me, I think that's why I think I like Ryan and Tommy so much. Is to me, it's harder to work with 4 guys, 5 if you include the ref, than it is with just a singles match, because you're trying to calculate and plan out. And I think that's where Ryan and Tommy really excel at, and I think they're good at it. And I think it helps when they're in singles matches. Yeah. And I think Noah's got that in him as well, because you can see it in his match. And granted, who knows? Maybe Dexter laid out the whole fucking match. I would believe it if he did. But I could see Noah putting some pieces together now that he's had some killer matches with him and Casey against Larger Than Life, against Jackson and Joe, stuff like that. Yeah. And again, Red, second match, third match, whatever he is in, is impressive as far as in ring. Just because I don't like the Pokemon gimmick means others don't. Like I think you're okay with it.
It's like there was a great trainer who once said your first gimmick's always going to suck.
Yeah, but then legs kind of ruined that.
Legs.
I thought.
Yeah. I mean, Tatum tried to come out with the I'm the $1 million, the
preppy
$1
white boy
and everything like that.
Which
and that was kind of generic.
Yeah, Tatum. Yeah, but you look at Tatum and man, he should have killed the preppy white boy. He
had to work it up.
Oh yeah, no, he did.
And it's like CJ came out with his King of Chill thing, and that was just kind of bland, and everything. And now you got CJ and Tatum is.
I was gonna say he's still the King of Chill. He's different.
Yeah, it's like he's calling himself the King of Chill, but the character's completely different. He's gone from. He's gone almost Val Venus, and I mean the character, not the wrestler.
Not the person.
Not the person.
The wrestler. The wrestler Val Venus was all right. The person Val Venus is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Noah, like I said, I think if Noah tweaks who he is, I think we've really got something in him. And with Red, I think if. Maybe we can get some vignettes on the Addicts page or him just filming stuff, maybe explaining or having quote-unquote Pokemon training classes.
Or just live stream him playing Pokemon
That's what
Go.
I mean. Something like that. Just because one, I don't like Pokemon, I never got into it. But there are others who probably have no idea what even Pokemon is. Give a little training. Like I said, just a quick 2-minute video that he posts on his own. It doesn't even have to be at MPX on the big screen like Isaac stuff is.
Yeah, it was like,
just put it on the Addicts page. Follow Red Chambers on Facebook and stuff, and let's introduce this whole Pokemon trainer character. Yeah. Because Kate's boy, this time he had what I thought was a flash symbol.
The lightning badge.
Yeah. See, I thought it was a flash symbol. I go, oh, he's the Flash now. What is this? And I think you were like, no, it's a lightning badge. And I was like, all right, I have no idea what it is. All right, cool. So introduce little things like that, maybe. But again, I think both of them.
If he were to come out with a mic every time, has a different badge on and just makes some kind of ridiculous pun, which people will hate it, but at the same time, it'll be memorable. It's like just comes out and makes one of those ridiculous.
Right, but do you want him to be booed and hated for making horrible puns, or do you want people to actually get behind him? I think the training videos, people would get behind him because they're actually learning something, as opposed to him coming out kind of like, remember when Kurt Angle was supposed to be the good guy and he goes, no, you don't boo Olympic gold medalists. I'm like, well, we do, because you're all about milk and cookies and integrity and intelligence, and you're too babyface. Like there's a point in too babyface to where people absolutely hate you.
It's like you could possibly pull that off with Red. But
he said, stop talking about Pokemon.
my show.
But again, I think if we introduce, what he is and everything like that, and like I said, I think, and I've said it, I forgot many shows ago.
Yeah,
MPX's future is bright, and Noah and Red's a part of it. Matt Locke is a part of it.
I'm so glad we got him back again because, like, even losing with this one, especially with a roll up, it was like he was entertaining to watch, and honestly, it was a lot of the, the fact that is like Dexter getting in his way.
Yep.
Kind of reminiscent of Matt Fisher and Tatum Manning on that one. It's like he had it well in hand, but now he's trying to take cues from Dexter, and
Dexter's trying to teach him what to do,
and things just aren't clicking.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, the people would think is the vet experience team took the L. So
which was fun.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
It was great. Now, can we talk about making an impact?
Now, let's talk about making an impact. Yes, the main event. Jackson Stone, everybody, taking on the Monster Hunter, Matt Palmer, in the final qualifier for the MPX Prospect Championship.
Jackson's not a monster.
Yes, he is. You've seen those mitts of his killing people.
Yeah.
If that's not monstrous, I don't know what is.
Which I think it was this match where maybe it was last match with Matt, but the potion or whatever slipped out, and the guy picked it up. He goes, "No, you don't want that."
It's mostly whiskey.
I think it was this one, and that cracks me up. Because I could see that's something Matt would do. There's not really much we can say about this match. Everyone knows it's going to be great.
Nobody liked my joke of there's enough whiskey in there to kill a moose.
Yeah, no, because we don't talk about moose. We don't talk about horrible people. But no,
I'm so glad Matt won that match.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to build to him dying later. Anyways, that's wrestling.
Yeah.
But everyone knows this match is going to be great. You've got two of the most talented wrestlers in the world right now. And Palmer's one of those where he's been talented for so fucking long. And I hate how people have kind of slept on it.
Like I said, I got multiple people to watch this episode simply because it's like, hey, Matt Palmer, the guy who beat Moose on Impact, he's going to be on our main event. And they were like, holy shit.
And that's the thing is, like, I hate how he's just now getting recognized. It's like, dude's been killing it forever.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's like, there was one person I had to say, it's like, yeah, you'd really like him. He's a really good wrestler. And, it's like, they still looked undecided. And I had to put the final pin in it to get it with the, his relationship.
Yeah, and that's another one.
I don't want to do that because they shouldn't,
I hate,
on their own merits because they are both incredible wrestlers. But
he himself makes a joke of it himself because that is his Twitter handle. So, but Matt has, I remember before going to Texas Indies, I knew of Palmer from stuff and Beyond Wrestling and stuff on the East Coast and was amazed. And then I saw him live and I'm like, holy crap, this guy's amazing. Blah, blah, blah. He's great. And then he kind of retired. Then he came back, as wrestlers do. And then he was fucking killing it. What I think last year or 2 years ago, I don't know. It seems so long ago, but it probably wasn't. With the Wrestling Revolver when he was the Scramble champion, and then he went on to be their champion.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the guy's good, and Jackson is good. I mean,
Jackson is like, we can gush about him all day if you want.
Which go the You Are Loved.
YouAreLoved.com.
Yeah. God, we're really bad
I don't
at
have
this.
my phone, so I can't go check on that.
Yeah, why don't you have your phone? God,
you can get a newsletter because we're ass. But he's got a newsletter out. He's putting out new episodes of Jackson Talks, everybody, and it's like, honestly, this guy is
YouAreLovedLife.com.
You Are Loved.
I knew it wasn't You Are Loved because I knew that was taken for some reason, but YouAreLovedLife.com.
Yeah.
It's got merch. He's got newsletters. He really helps mental health, obviously. And
it's a big deal for him. And if you know him, you know why. But he takes it so seriously, and he does a great job with it. And honestly, that's one of the reasons that even when he was a heel with Aller's group, it's hard to hate him.
Yeah.
It's really hard to hate him.
And that's go back to our shows, and I even said, Jackson, with what he's doing and how good of a person he is, he can't be healed because we're not going to really believe what he does.
It's like even on Mainline, I was less. Oh, I hate him like I was with Joe or or Larger Than Life or Jamie. It was I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I was gonna say you played it as to no, I don't believe that he's doing what he's doing. He doesn't really like these guys. He's trying to help save these guys.
Yeah. I'm just so disappointed. Jackson, I thought so much better of you. Why? All that stuff. It's hard to.
And then that's the thing. Like, he comes out, and it's a great picture by Brian Pulver again. Jackson's coming out, and it's on it's the post that he said, yourelovedlife.com. Just the image and the charisma and attitude and the environment and atmosphere changes when Jackson hits out.
It's hard to believe that 3 years ago, like 2.5 years ago when he first showed up, my first thought was, oh, it's an Adam Cole ripoff. And now I'm seeing him like, Adam who? This is Jackson Stone, everybody.
Yes. I really wish you were around when you saw BB&J. They were great. The tights, the Stones, they were so great.
Man, trust me, I really wish somebody had told me in 2010, hey, there's this wrestling promotion.
The blonde hair against Beth Bagwell. Jackson's great, man. I really did enjoy everything. But this match, again, there's nothing we can say that's not. You just need to go watch it on the MPX network when it comes out.
Go watch this match.
Because it's so good. And I, not going to lie, was a little shocked Jackson won. I thought, just because I know the history of MPX, I thought Palmer was going.
Certain relationships.
Not even that. I'm not saying that. Do not think that's what I'm saying. Just Palmer is one of those that when he comes into MPX, he is kind of put on a pedestal, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Do not get me wrong.
He deserves to be there.
Exactly. But having Jackson advance, and again, it's because if you look at the last time we had a prospect title up for grabs, it was Prison Break last year, and I'm pretty sure it was Prison Break last year. And Jackson was number one and eliminated everyone before the other person came out.
Yes.
And we're in a 6-way elimination match now, and Jackson's in it.
Yeah.
So you could say, can history repeat itself?
It's like, when I saw Thrash, I was like, oh, well, then he's going to be, he's the favorite. He's the one who can, is going to be able to destroy everybody else. But then Jackson won, and it's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
There goes Thrash.
And that's the thing. So we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about next week.
Oh, yeah.
So we got the 6-way elimination.
Crap. Hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, because someone had to go off on this is my baby and how dare you talk about it.
I was venting. I'm better now.
You sure?
Maybe.
But yeah, we've got the 6-way elimination, which we don't exactly know how. Okay, it's elimination, so we know that much. But we don't know is two are going to start and then someone comes out. Are all 6 in the ring at once? We don't know how. And I don't really want to. I want to see it happen. I kind of hope for just everyone in the ring at once because it's chaos and I love chaos.
Yes.
So we've got Jackson Stone, we got Thrash, we got Joe Angelo Garcia, Nate Collins, Tommy Dean, and Johnny O'Mara. And
Johnny O'Mara is the dark horse in that match.
More than Tommy Dean or Thrash?
Well, I say.
Or are you taking because they're out of towners, you take them out of the equation?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate to do that to them. Yeah, I know I'm a horrible person for that, and I'm shitting all over them, I guess you could say. But it's the meta part of me. It's like, I don't know who's going to win this one. And you know what? I don't want to know until it happens. But it's like, if I'm looking at it, the favorites are, the favorite is Jackson. Joe and Nate have a real possibility there as well. But if you look at the history of everything, Johnny is the dark horse. He's the one that nobody is going to expect to win out of the 4 guys from here. That it's like
I could see that.
It's like you almost expect Johnny's going to be the first out. So that's
I would expect him or Nate.
That's part of the reason I'm kind of hoping that he takes it.
Go
underdog.
If
Thrash or Tommy takes it, holy shit!
I would be kind of impressed if Thrash took it.
I'm not going to complain. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to complain if any of these guys become prospect
for
champion.
Me. And because I talked about it when he won, I really think this could be a crowning achievement for Joe. And I think we can expect bit like when
Joe hasn't had singles gold at MPX.
And when Jamie left out of the group, I was like, this is the one to excel the most, other than Large Life, because they already excel, and Jackson already excels. Joe's got a bright 2021 future, and I think this could be the start of it.
I agree.
And not that he's going to defend and go all the way to win the title, no, but he could, but I don't.
Because it might be one of those things. It's like, I don't know. He holds on till past.
Yeah, he can hold on to it forever.
And somebody goes and beats Sky.
Yeah.
And whatever face beats Sky, he goes after them.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I like the prospect title in play. It's always weird. Like, I love it, and then I'll get sick of it. I'm like, no, hurry up and cash it in. And then they do, and then I'm like, no, I want the prospect title back. I want it back in play. So it's weird.
Like
I really do. I really have a weird love-hate relationship with this prospect title. But I think this could be a crowning achievement for Joe. And it's not like, look, like I said, last time we had one of these, Jackson dominated and won. That was a cool moment. I don't necessarily want to see Jackson win again, and that's weird to say because I love Jackson.
For me, it's not so much I want to see. Don't want to see Jackson win. I just don't want to see him dominate again because that's just the same thing.
They wouldn't do that. Yeah, they wouldn't do that twice in a row. Our people are smarter than that.
Yeah.
But I, like you said, to me, I want one of the underdogs. I want Joe, which is kind of an underdog, but not really. I want Joe. He's the smallest one in the match. So I want Joe or Omara. Those would be my two picks. And I would love for maybe Jackson to be eliminated first. I think that would set everything really weird.
That would really just
and people would
everyone.
People would lose their mind. They're like, how did Jackson have all 5 gang up on her or something? I don't know. It'd be interesting. But after that, so we have Larger Than Life defending the tag titles against Los Carnales.
Yes, they're back.
Yeah.
The not Guerreros.
Exactly. Which I loved. Because it's Eddie and Chavo. I think this is going to be a really entertaining match because we're gonna show that Ryan and Tommy really can do any type of match. They can work any style, and they can take any team, anybody, and make a great tag team match out of it.
With their first match, they were taking on the rookies Noah and Casey, and it's like there were a few moments of disconnect, and that's because Noah and Casey.
I was going to say Casey and Noah were 3 or 4 matches in and had probably never worked or trained with a lucha person.
Yeah. So now you're going to have, God, this feels weird saying this, the veteran wrestlers of Larger Than Life.
Which, what was the quote I saw recently about the experience where, someone's like, hey, be careful when you talk to someone who says they're a 20-year vet.
Sometimes they're 1 year, 1 year 20 times. Yeah.
And that's kind of the reverse with Tommy and Ryan. They're only 3 or 4 years in, but good God, their experience levels are that of a 20, 30 year vet.
Because they keep working to get better. They don't want to have that 20 years of the same year.
And I mean, you're looking at Ryan, who has been to WXW in Germany. He's been to Mexico for, I believe it was CMLL. And Tommy, I think, and I said it when we did the New Texas Pro, if Tommy is able to showcase what he can truly do, he's the best pure athlete in MPX, and that's not a knock on anyone else, but Tommy is an athlete.
Larger Than Life is going to be able to keep up with Los Canales.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Los Canales is likely going to lose, but they're going to be able to keep up with each other, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be a match to watch.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be, once again, Ryan showing why he is Mr. Match of the Night.
I love it here and every time. And then after that, so we've got Red Chambers, who I guess will have another badge, maybe.
You know what? I hope he comes out with a different badge every time. Every time.
Adding one or just a complete new one?
A completely new one.
Okay.
If he starts winning matches, maybe come out with a second one on, but...
Well, he won the tag match.
Oh, yeah, he did. So maybe a second one this time. Who knows?
So it's Red Chambers versus Matlock.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
Red's going to die.
Oh, yeah. Either that or we're going to see again, Matt is going to start trying to listen to Dex and wires are going to get crossed and Red's going to come out with the second win.
Spoiler alert, Dexter is there.
Dexter's there. So,
Dexter will be there. And then I guess, we'll go ahead and talk. So a couple of names we were given that will be there. Casey Clay. Brixton Shaw. Thank you. Love Brixton Shaw. Which I can only assume Eden's there as well.
Please.
Your favorite. Which I love. She kicks you off the show. It's great. See, maybe people wouldn't have hated last week if someone came and kicked you off.
Yeah, maybe.
And more.
You know what? If somebody else wants to come and take my place as the certified mark, and I'll just direct.
Well, no, I wanted Jamie to take your place.
Yeah, but he blew out the sound for his entire time on the show, so nobody could understand a damn thing he said anyway.
So yeah, you got Casey Clay, Brixton Shaw, Dexter Hardaway, and more. That and more is wonderful. I love that guy. He's so great.
You know who his brother is, right? It's Vacant.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And then
he's just not as good. You know, it's kind of like Bo and Bray.
Dude, if they ever put Bo and Bray together, they'd have been great. I don't know why they didn't. I'm talking about once he was Bray Wyatt, not when they were Bo and Duke.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hated saying that.
Oh man, why?
Did you saw that, right? Do you remember seeing that?
I saw it once. I was like, it's one of those things of I really wasn't paying too much attention.
It was right before they had him as Husky Harris.
Yeah.
Oh man, Bray went through some shit to get where he is.
Oh,
See,
man.
I guess yeah. Gimmicks.
First gimmick always sucks, and eventually you get onto the ones that everybody loves.
Bo?
Give Noah some time.
Bo broke his neck? I didn't know that.
What?
Bo got a broke neck. I didn't know that.
I didn't even know that. Holy carp. I hope he's okay. Holy shit.
But no, and obviously the main event for Parabellum, which love the name Parabellum, by the way. It's one of my favorite MPX event names we have. Sky versus Tatum for the title. Yes. Hopefully we get a video from Isaac. I'm assuming we will. Yes. And then this will probably be the first time we see Malin fully at ringside. Mm-hmm. Maybe not. Maybe she hides in the back.
I don't even remember what she did. I was like, she showed up. I think she distracted. I don't remember her actually doing anything.
She distracted the ref or Dimitri, one of them. And then, afterwards, her and Sky beat the shit out of Dimitri. Yeah. She did get involved.
Okay.
But
I remember her standing there looking creepy, which was good enough for me.
Oh, the eyes, I love. Mm-hmm. The eyes are so great.
It's the spider doll thing that she does.
Twitching
head. Like, holy crap! That's
again, brand new character, and she's knocking it out of the park. It's wonderful. Mm-hmm. But yes, this title match is going to. This is going to be where we get another "We Hate Sky" chant, and I'm going to be all for it.
You're going to love. You're going to relish it, and then Mainline's going to be a lot of fun.
Unless they do what I don't want them to do yet, because I want that build for Tatum. Mm-hmm. And they could, just because, hey, give the fans what they want, leave them happy. But we got Rumble coming up. That's where fans will be happy. Oh yeah. Let the addicts be happy then, not now. Crush the addicts' dreams on Saturday. Make them cry. Make them chant "We Hate Sky." It'll be wonderful. Maybe we hate Malin.
So sadistic.
Oh, I am. I want.
See, there's the reason I hired you.
I want the kids' tears.
Yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I, accepted his offer of, hey, let's do this show together.
And I'm not picking on him because I was the same way. But when the 4-way with Langley, how if you look over at Langley, he's upset because Wes won, but his friend Dimitri won. And then Sky came out, and you could tell if you watch Langley during that, he doesn't know what to think. He's like, wait, huh? Yay, boo, no, cry. He went through every emotion you could, and it was beautiful.
He went through all the stages of grief like 3 times.
Oh my God, it was beautiful. And that's again,
and he's an example of a great addict.
He really is. I love Langley. I love watching him and it's also because you see the love he has for wrestling, and it's amazing. Because
we're glad to have all of y'all. If any of the McClendons happen to be watching,
no, they don't.
No, they don't care about us.
That was the other thing. I guess when people were saying they hate my stuff, I was like, all right, cool. You're one of 5 people I think that watches it. I don't. That was my whole thing with trying to be entertaining. Was I wanted people to watch.
The most we've ever had watch one of our shows, I think, is we've gotten 25 views.
Rehab to me, this thank you for watching, but to me this isn't entertaining. Now the podcast to listen, cool. To watch it, I don't get it. It's
that's because they get to watch us actually interact.
Yeah, I guess.
Especially since the cats decided that now that we're live, they don't like us anymore.
Yeah, apparently. Oliver,
where are you, buddy?
But yeah, that's the thing. So that's, just going back to why I try to make mainline entertaining is because I want it to be fun. Now, obviously we're obviously going to tweak, and we're still tweaking because ever since we've gone live, we've tried different things because we don't, it's weird.
It's
we've been doing it for a while, but we don't know what we're doing. We're still trying to figure ourselves out.
And it's I'm not in any way a perfect actor. You know, it's like I've had one lead role my entire acting career, and it's like, seriously, you gotta cut us some slack because we're doing this live, no scripts whatsoever. You know, it's like I said at the beginning of the show, whatever pops into our head is what goes on to the show.
Fuck Tyler Jett.
Exactly. Or the long running fuck Hardakis.
Oh yeah, fuck Hardakis too.
Yeah. And it's like, honestly, it was. It's like, if you don't like the show, that's fine. Well, if you have notes for us, there's the Certified Mark page. You can message us on there. It may take me a little while to be able to see it because apparently I don't get all the notifications on that. But I'll respond. I will engage with you. I will talk with you. I will find out what you didn't like about it. And you can ask certain wrestlers about this. I will find out what you didn't like about it. I will address it as best I can, and we'll work on it. Other than that, if you don't like it, don't watch it. That's all. That's the best I can say.
Well, no, wait a minute. Don't we need viewers? Remember, you want to try to make money out of this. $3.
We've made $3 on the podcast so far.
So that's 1, 2. We each get $1.
Yeah,
cool.
But
no, it's
I'll bring cash on Saturday.
It's something that I had a conversation Sunday, and yeah, it was eye opening. I was like, you know what, you're right. I totally did not do what I was achieving, and again, it's because I've never been trained in any of this. I just do what I say, and I watch wrestling, so I'm like, oh, well, they do it, so surely I can. Not. Let me rephrase that. I watch it and I'm like, oh, I can talk like them maybe. Like I said, if Tatum comes out and I can talk with Tatum, and if I can keep up just a little of Tatum, I feel like I'm doing my job. Like how you kind of did with Jamie, but Jamie just obliterated you.
Man, there's nobody that can keep up with Jamie.
There really isn't. When you were not there and it was just me and him, I felt like I was silent for 10 minutes.
You were.
Well, because what the fuck else am I going to say?
You were Mace to his Puff Daddy.
Hey, Mace had one good song.
Mace had a song?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm thinking of Nas. You can't stop me. Never mind. Anyways, good old 90s rap.
Yep.
But no, it's, again, because, yeah, we're circling back and we're rambling. But just, I don't know, talk to us. And I guess that's my main thing that I'm upset with. I don't really, you can say my show sucks. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. But just talk to me. Like, that was my thing when I shit all over DCW, DCW and Heroes and all over that. I shit over everything. And then people would bitch to you or bitch to MPX Manager. I'm like, guys, I'm the one who said it. They didn't say it. They don't know what I'm saying. Whatever.
It's like everything we say on here, on Mainline, on whatever we happen to do. If it comes off of the Certified Mark Productions page, it's us.
Yep.
Not MPX, us. So if you got a problem, bring it to us. Don't bring it to the MPX crew. Bring it to us. Yeah. Because they do us a favor.
Yeah. And again, I'm welcome to criticism and pointers because again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be the first to admit that. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we've got things to try and we'll try them. We've been trying different things ever since we started going live. Mm-hmm. And even before that, if you watch some of our really, really, really first shows, we didn't talk about wrestling at all. We were sitting there just shitting on each other.
Yeah. It was mostly just a show about us.
Yeah. And then I think it was, thought it was Big Fitz. Because I got it from Big Fitz. That's who I talked to. Yeah. And Big Fitz is like, you guys need to talk about wrestling. Yeah. Like, don't worry about each other. No one wants to watch that.
We were trying to write plots and everything.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that actually makes well better.
Yeah. But thanks for watching, guys. Honestly, if you check us out on mpxmainline.com, you'll get all our videos. mpxrehab.com.
I know. I was saying, later on, you did.
Yeah.
No. Boss getting upset.
Okay.
Now, I give you credit. You did help me, and you're still helping me. Thank you.
Still very much helping us. And check out the Certified Mark Productions page tomorrow because I'm starting the editorials again. Yes, I'm getting back to the writing. Oh, and Certified Mark Wrestling, our very own virtual promotion that's going to be starting up soon, we hope, is going to be having already has shirts on Teespring. I'll pop the link up on the Certified Mark Productions page tomorrow. But either way, that is way over our normal time. And so, gosh be with you, wrestling fans. Who do you think is going to be the prospect champion come next week?
See y'all Saturday. Joe Garcia.
Maybe. Johnny O'Mara. Yeah. You can press stop now.
Any day now.
It stopped. Did it stop?